feet. Come on, Williamsport. Get on your feet for Cappa. Come on. All of these young people came to the stage tonight, and they were working extremely hard, and they were giving sweat, and they were giving tears. And some of us, we gave lukewarm applause. But I want you to know tonight that no matter what you're going through, family, we better salute our children and young people. I want to let you know tonight, no matter what happens, no matter what happens tonight, I give it up. Our superintendent is in the house. Our district attorney is in the house. And I say to you, our superintendent, it's going to be a joy watching all of these students in Cappa stand before you when you have on your robe and you give them that diploma. And Mr. District Attorney, I want you to know that these young people on this stage will never be property of the state, but they're going to own property in the state. They are somebody. Yes. 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 And so tonight, I have a formula for the success of our young people. Young people, if you want to be great, if you want to move from impossible to I'm possible, we're going to need reading over ringtones. Textbooks over text messages. Less bling bling and some more graduation rings. That's what we need. See, on tonight, I believe that Cappa is the gatekeeper. I met this Cappa organization at the National Youth at Risk Conference. All they talked about was the greatness in Williamsport. When I met Cappa representatives in California, all they talked about was the great families right here in this great city. Cappa is traveling the nation, telling everyone that in this city, these young people believe not impossible, it's always I'm possible. And so tonight, we are here for this message to let our young people know we don't mind you being off the chain. We would rather you be off the chain than in the chains. And on tonight, my grandmother would love me so much, my grandmother who just turned 100 years old. She would love me so much because she loves those soap operas. And parents, I want you to know tonight, in an analogy using the soap operas, no longer can we allow our children to be young and restless because they only have one life to live. And as the world turns, I don't care what race they are tonight, they are all my children. So on tonight, I'm going to teach them to be bold and beautiful. Use education and the fine arts as their guiding lights so they don't end up in a general hospital. Now, Greg, come on back. Come on, Greg. Let's give this young man a hand. Come on. Now, come here, son. Tonight, I want you to say this. Say, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown.
Why should I keep my head up?
Why should I keep my head up?
Why should I keep my pants up?
Why should I keep my pants up?
Why should I keep my grades up?
Why should I keep my grades up?
Because, Greg, when you keep your head up, when you keep your pants up, and when you keep your grades up, you are telling America, I am a prospect, not a suspect. On tonight, you stay with me because for the next few minutes, I'm going to help you go from impossible to, and it says I'm possible, breaking the spirit of average. And so tonight, Greg, G-R-E-G, great, respectful, empowered, genius, Greg. On tonight, Greg, what is this in my hand?
A pencil.
This is a pencil. This is a writing utensil. And on tonight, I'm going to show everyone in the audience how we can take our young people from impossible to I'm possible using the pencil. First of all, Greg, all of your lives you've been taught either you're going to win or you're going to pass or you're going to. Well, Greg, we're about to change the paradigm tonight. I want you to take this microphone and read the back of my shirt, because we said win or lose. We said pass or fail, but this is the only option for our young people as they grow and for the great families in this great city led by Cappa, one of the greatest organizations on the planet. Greg, you genius, read the back of my shirt.
I have two options. Either I'm going to make it or I'm going to make it.
I don't know if they got that, but I want you to say it a little louder and say it a little prouder.
I have two options. Either I'm going to make it or I'm going to make it.
Wait a minute. Greg said, I have two options. Either I'm going to make it or I'm going to make it. Either I'm going to win or I'm going to win. Either I'm going to graduate or I'm going to graduate. Either I'm going to lead or I'm going to lead. But this town, this city, no longer will failure be an. Give yourselves a hand. Let's give Greg a hand. No longer. No longer. And so now, watch this. Greg, this pencil represents all of the young people in Cappa and all of the young people in Williamsport and this entire state and this entire nation. This is you. Watch this. Don't move. I just threw all of the young people on the floor, Greg. I just threw all of their talents down. I just threw all of their love down. I just abandoned all of the young people. Now tonight, son, the first rule, if you want to go from impossible to I'm possible, what must I do to the young people here in Williamsport?
Pick up the pencil.
Oh, so I got to pick the young people up? Well, go ahead and pick the young people up. Let's give them a hand. Let's give them a hand. That's good. That's good. Let me see. So watch this. Watch this, families, educators, community leaders. If we want our children to say, I'm possible, each and every day we're going to have to learn to pick them up and hold them tight. We're going to have to pick them up no matter where they are. Pick them up. You might not like the way they're dressing, but you got to pick them up and love them anyway. You might not like the way they're talking, but you got to pick them up and love them anyway. Because the bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. When it comes to going from impossible to I'm possible, when it comes to our young people, we're going to have to take what we get and make what we want. Let's hold on to our young people. Let's hold on to our young people. Now, Greg, real fast, rule number 2. Because we said rule number 1, we have to pick you all up and hold you. Well, watch this. Rule number 2, I'm about to take a test in life with this pencil. But I must do something, Greg, to the pencil in order for me to be great. I must do something to this pencil. What must I do to the pencil in order to be great?
Work with it.
Yeah, I got to work with it, but I can't take the test unless I do what?
Sharpen it.
Say it loud.
Sharpen it.
Let's give them a hand. Let's give them a hand. Rule number 2, if you want to go from impossible to I'm possible, we have to learn to sharpen the minds of our young people. See, here in Cappa, they were rehearsing until the midnight hour last night. And some of the young people were tired, but guess what? They were getting sharpened. When you see them on the stage, you saw the finished product tonight. But for 9 months, they were getting sharpened. In school, they were getting sharpened. And watch this. We have to teach our young people to always be sharpened, because when you get sharp, then America will get the point. When you get sharp, America will get the point. So now, Greg, come here. Rule number 1. Rule number 1, you got to be willing to what?
Pick up the pencil.
You got to be willing to be picked up. Rule number 2, you got to be willing to get what?
Sharpen.
Sharpen. Now, Greg, rule number 3, what is this on the pencil?
An eraser.
An eraser. Now, on the count of 3, everybody, turn your necks back to the right. On the count of 3, turn your necks back to the right. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Let it hurt. Now, on the count of 3, look at me. 1, 2, 3. Now, on the count of 3, turn your necks back to the left. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Now, on the count of 3, look at me. 1, 2, 3. Williamsport, let that be the last time you ever look back in your past again. Ladies and gentlemen, your memory is a replay of your past, but your imagination is a pre-play of your future. On tonight, if someone thought to put an eraser on the pencil and the eraser has no mind, it has no soul, it has no spirit, if the eraser can blot out all of those mistakes, then those of us with brains and hearts, those of us with spirits, let us learn to forgive ourselves tonight. We've all made mistakes in the past, but I say tonight, let us forgive ourselves. Just like this pencil, let it go. Because if you don't let it go, you'll never reach I'm possible. You're not perfect, but let it go. You're not the best, but let it go. And if someone has wronged you, build a bridge and get over it. Let's let it go. Give yourselves a hand. You got to do it. Come here, Greg. Yes. So, Greg, rule number 1, you got to be willing to do what?
Pick up.
Pick up. Rule number 2, you got to be willing to get what?
Sharpen.
Sharpen. Rule number 3, we have to erase the
past.
And watch this. What color is this pencil?
Red, white, and blue.
Very good. Can I write with the red?
Yes.
Can I write with the red?
Oh, no.
Can I write with the white?
No.
Can I write with the blue?
No.
Well, Greg, the only thing that I can write with on the pencil is called what? What do you call that item on the pencil that you write with? What do you call that material?
Lead.
Lead. And Greg, where is most of the lead on the pencil?
Inside.
On the inside. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Now watch this. Mr. Brown, what's your point? We need to teach our young people today. Help me out, young people. It's not about your Arab postal. It's not about your American. It's not about your Holly. It's not about your Poe. See, they know all of that, y'all. So watch this. Tonight, we need to teach our young people that name brand is okay. Fashion is okay. But just like the pencil, we must teach our young people that their true value is on the inside. Their true value is on the inside. It's not in your name brand. It's not in materialism. If you really want to go from impossible to I'm possible, we must teach our young people, just like the pencil, your value is on the inside. And you know what, Greg, on tonight, Lonnie Gamble had on some Air Force Ones. Lonnie Gamble is looking spick and span tonight. But watch this. I was walking the street on last night. A young man came up to me. And I said, son, I love your Air Force Ones. He said, yeah, I'm glad you do. And then I stopped him as he walked off. And I turned him around and I said, young man, with money, you can buy Air Force Ones. But with a great mind, one day you can fly on Air Force One. And that's what we must teach our young people, that your greatness is on the inside. Give yourselves a hand. Come here, Greg. Come here, Greg. Got a few minutes left. Come here. So watch this, Greg. Rule number 1, you got to be willing to be
picked up.
Good. Rule number 2, in this life, you got to be willing to be sharpen. Greg, rule number 3, you have to erase the
past.
And rule number 4, my greatness, my value, my integrity, my brilliance, my future, all that I am is on where?
Inside.
Y'all give him a hand. Give him a hand. That's so awesome.